please rise for the bride.
Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun. I say it's alright. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, the smiles returning to the faces.
Please be seated. Good afternoon. In certainly one of the greatest honors and pleasures of my life, I get to welcome you all here today to the wedding of Joanna Williams and Christopher Prosh. I have known these two lovely people in quite different capacities. I am, as most of you know, Joanna's sister. This means that my conversations with her about marriage venture back to when we were about 5 and talked of big dresses and meeting Mr. Right and made pacts, like the one where we agreed to be each other's maids of honor, though she said nothing of officiating at that time. Chris I have known for 3 years. My first introduction to him was through a phone call that Jo made to me when I was living in Virginia. She excitedly told me of a man who she had gone on a date with and felt really excited about. As it turns out, she had good reason to be excited. Their love story has been wonderful to witness. Though not always Disney perfect, like when Chris first told Jo he loved her, and she mistakenly thought he was talking to and about his burger. However, other parts of their story have been pretty perfect. And the two people who stand in front of me today care about, support, and respect each other in a way that is clear to see. Indeed, in preparing for my speech today, I spoke to a number of you about Jo and Chris. Many of you told me that you are endlessly impressed by their support for each other, the way they work together as a couple. Some of you said this in really beautiful ways, noting that they are a true example of unconditional love, which is such a rare gem. Others, in more creative ways, told me they go together like all the sodas do when you're a kid. They're awesome. They go together like peanut butter and jelly, a well-prepared meal, or like two puzzle pieces. A couple of you are even convinced that they can communicate without speaking. The list of compliments to them goes on. You said they put others before themselves, that they are sweet, genuine, lucky, and full of happiness. More than anything, many of you noted how honored you are to be here today, and I could not agree more with that. To me, Jo and Chris are an excellent example of all that being in a partnership can and should mean. I have seen them stand by and support each other through challenges, wavering at times in their faith in their futures, in their faith in themselves, but never, not even for a second, in their love for each other. The two of them encourage each other, laugh together, host family events, support their friends, and get, admittedly overly, into board games together. Jo has been welcomed into Chris's family, and he has turned our entire family into Dallas Cowboys fans. And my new brother and I call each other often, which means more to me than I can say. I have also been delighted to see someone who can bring out my sister's sillier side, which is something several of you also mentioned. Indeed, Chris's brother John, when describing their relationship, said, "They are perfect, in that they are unique and goofy in their own way. It is a genuine love that is warm and just feels right. It's really nice to see." This sentiment also matches nicely with one of Jo and Chris's favorite quotes about love from the famous Dr. Seuss, who once said, "We are all a little weird, and life's a little weird. And when we find someone whose weirdness is compatible with ours, we join up with them and fall in mutual weirdness and call it love." As Jo and Chris fell further into mutual weirdness, there were more and more people who came to know them and became a valuable part of their story together. Sadly, a few of these people cannot be with us today. Our Nana, who is unable to travel, but who has met Chris a few times, proudly showing him around her garden as she explained the disadvantages of English weather. Several others are sadly no longer with us. Our Pop, who would have loved Chris. Chris's Papa Jerry, his grandfather, who met Jo in Texas and showed her how to eat like a true Texan. And lastly, Chris's dad, who we would so have loved to meet. He passed away in 2011, and I ask for just a moment of silence for us to think of Scott Prosh today. Scott may not have met Joanna, but the first time Jo went to Texas, Chris introduced her to one of his dad's best friends, his Uncle Ernie. This was the same trip where Jo learned that everything really is bigger in Texas, from the portion sizes to the trucks, that their barbecue is amazing, as Papa Jerry showed her, and that many Texans will struggle to understand a girl with an English accent. Today, Ernie is going to be the first to come up here and share a reading in honor of this couple.
From 1 Corinthians 13, verse 4. Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast. It is not proud, it does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrong. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always trusts. It always hopes. It always perseveres. Love never fails.
Thank you so much. After Jo was introduced to Texas, she then brought Chris over to England, where he could marvel at the cloudy skies, the tiny roads, and admittedly the superior chocolate. And he met some of the people who are so important to Jo. Aside from Nana, Chris had a chance to meet Jo's godparents, who have since also visited Colorado and offered endless support for the two of them. Here to give a second reading today is Jo's godfather, Peter Robotham.
An excerpt from Captain Corelli's Mandolin. Love is a temporary madness. It erupts like volcanoes and then subsides. And when it subsides, you have to make a decision. You have to work out whether your roots have so entwined together that it is inconceivable that you should ever part. Because that is what love is. Love is not breathlessness. It is not excitement. It is not the promulgation of eternal passion. That is just being in love, which any fool can do. Love itself is what is left over when being in love has burned away. And this is both an art and a fortunate accident. Those that truly love have roots that grow towards each other underground. And when all the pretty blossom has fallen from their branches, they find that they are one tree and not two.
Thank you so much. Last, but certainly not least, we will have a reading from Chris's brother, Barrett. Chris has 3 brothers, and the Prosh 4 are as close as any brothers I have ever seen. Barrett even lived with Jo and Chris and Ridley and Penny for a few months, and today he will share a few words with you all.
Romans chapter 12, verses 9 and 10. Love must be sincere. Hate what is evil, cling to what is good. Be devoted to one another in love. Honor one another above yourselves.
Thank you so much. While I have only had a chance to mention a few of the most important people in Joe and Chris's life, it is important to say again to all of you here that your love and support, evident in your facing the Colorado weather and coming all the way out here, means the world to this couple. They are honored that you are here today to witness their marriage. So to Joe and Chris, I want you to just take a second to look out at all of these people here to support you today and in the years to come. Today is a day you will always remember. You woke up as two people in love, but in just a few moments you will begin your lives as husband and wife. You will make a promise to each other in front of your family, friends, and in God's presence. You will then walk down the aisle and start a lifelong journey together. As your younger sister, I cannot give you much in the way of advice. Certainly nothing you won't have heard before. But I also think you already have all of the answers that you need. So start your life together as lovers and best friends. With any luck, all of your hopes and dreams will come true, but either way you will have each other, and that is worth everything. This amazing adventure you embark on together for the rest of your lives all begins now. With this in mind, Joanna and Chris will now express their feelings for each other and the importance of the promise they make today with their own vows. Joanna, you may go first.
Chris, from the moment I met you, my life has changed for the better. I've always been someone who liked to have a best friend. I just never imagined that my best friend forever would be someone as kind, selfless, funny, adventurous, and loving as you. You make me so happy and a better version of myself. You love and accept my family and friends and have made them your family and friends. You bring me back up when I'm down and always know how to make me smile, whether through a sweet text message, a hug when I need it, or thoughtful gestures. You love our little family, me, Ridley, and Penny, so much, and you'll make the best father in the world someday. I love our adventures together, and I cannot wait for a lifetime more of them. I promise to always love you and stand by you, even if you decide to do something insane, like go back for another fire academy.
Don't, no, not again.
I promise to continue to take adventures with you forever, from skiing to hikes through stinging nettles. I promise to always be there for you when you need it, whether just to sit on the couch and cuddle saying nothing, or listen to you go on endlessly about something I'm not really interested in.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
I promise to always support you in supporting the Cowboys, even if perhaps I would rather do something different on a Sunday. I promise to always be there for your family and fully accept them as my family. I never thought I'd get 3 brothers, but I'm very excited about it. I cannot wait for a life of excitement and love with you. I love you.
Oh, how do you top that? Joanna, I love everything about you. Your eyes, your laugh, your accent. I love your adventurous spirit, which led us to fighting nettles in England, long snow walks in the mountains, to battling rapids in Glenwood Springs. I love your competitive nature that rivals mine and has sometimes gotten the better of us in more than a few board games. I love your determination and your no-quit attitude. I love your passion to be the best person you can be. You are the nicest person I have ever met, and I aspire to be more like you every day. Your heart is full of love and joy, and you represent all that is good in this world. And I pray every night, thanking the Lord, you are in my life. You make me a better, kinder, and happier person. Joanna, you make my love for you easy. You stuck by me and helped me through some of the toughest years of my life. When I had no job at all the way till I was working multiple at the same time. You supported me as I got rejected time and time again from fire departments. You sacrificed weekends and late nights helping me study when I was in paramedic school and during fire academy. You encouraged me and put up with me when I didn't deserve it. When I wake up in the morning, You are the first thing I think of, and when I lay down to sleep, it is with thoughts of you I dream of. You are my whole world. You are who I want to spend eternity with. I promise to always try being better, to be the man you dream of. I promise to always talk things out with you and never give up. I promise to always fight for this relationship, to never let the small things become big things, and never to go to bed angry. I promise to always be honest with you, and I promise to try to keep my opinions to myself when you watch shows like The Bachelor. Most of all, though, I promise to always be there for you. I promise to be your teammate, your protector, your cheerleader, your best friend. I love you, forever and always.
And now, Chris, do you take Joanna to be your wife? Do you promise to love, honor, cherish, and protect her, forsaking all others, and holding only unto her forevermore?
I do.
And Joanna, do you take Christopher to be your husband, to love, honor, cherish, and protect him, forsaking all others, and holding only unto him forevermore?
I do.
The couple will now exchange rings as a physical symbol of these vows they make. Chris, please take Joanna's hand and repeat after me. With this ring,
With this ring,
I take you to be my best friend,
I take you to be my best friend,
my lifelong partner,
my lifelong partner,
and my one true love.
and my one true love.
I promise to encourage you,
I promise to encourage you,
to inspire you,
to inspire you,
to love you truly,
to love you truly,
through good times and in bad.
through good times and in bad.
I will forever be there,
I will forever be there,
to laugh with you,
to laugh with you,
to lift you up,
to lift you up,
and to love you unconditionally
and to love you unconditionally.
through all of our adventures in life together.
All of our adventures in life together.
Joe, please take Chris's hand and repeat after me. Okay. With this ring,
With this ring,
I take you to be my best friend,
I take you to be my best friend,
my lifelong partner,
my lifelong partner,
and my one true love.
and my one true love.
I promise to encourage you,
I promise to encourage you,
to inspire you,
to inspire you,
to love you truly,
to love you truly,
through good times and in bad.
through good times and in bad.
I will forever be there,
I will forever be there,
to laugh with you,
to laugh with you,
to lift you up when you are down,
to lift you up when you are down,
and to love you unconditionally
and to love you unconditionally
through all of our adventures in life together.
through all of our adventures in life together.
Well, now in front of your closest friends and family, and by the authority vested in me by the internet, I pronounce you husband and wife. Chris, you may kiss your bride. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you for the first